All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Nothing really going on this week in the serviceable sport of the NFL. So I wanted to continue this NFL series propaganda. I got a lot of traction on my last video. Some people wanted me to continue this, and I have a whole list of things that I want to talk about with the NFL and why the NFL is so bad. And I just want to say something right here, right? People ask me, you know, why I talk about this, why do I care, why this, that, and the third. Number one, football's, why do I even watch? First of all, I have not watched. I follow the NFL, but I have not watched a single game. It's just so bad to me. And I'm just keeping it real. I want the NFL to get better. I want the NFL to get better. And I think this is the best time with this whole Bad Bunny thing, which he's going to get a separate video to himself. He's going to get a whole separate video to himself later down the line of this series. But I want the NFL to get better. I realize that when you're chasing something, that's the best product. The NBA, Major League Baseball, they're trying to chase the NFL. And that's why their products are better than the NFL right now, at least on the court and on the diamond field. The NFL is so complacent. They're so above everybody that they can do whatever they want, a la Bad Bunny, and no one will care. People are still going to watch the Super Bowl. People might say, I'm not watching Super Bowl halftime show, but you're still going to watch the Super Bowl. You're still making the NFL money. With that being said, segueing to the Super Bowl, I want to talk about something about the ratings. Now, I just want to give this disclaimer. Do I think the NFL is still the most popular league in America when it comes to all the major sports? Yes, I do. I do believe that. But I feel like the ratings are a lie. And you guys see who my thumbnail is for this, Colin Kaepernick. So let's go back almost 10 years ago. The whole Colin Kaepernick thing happened almost 10 years ago. It's about to be 10 years. 2016? It's about to be 2026. So let's go back 10 years ago when the NFL was going through this whole Kaepernick stuff. And the ratings were looking bad. They were looking bad. People were saying the NFL's dying. People brought up the Colin Kaepernick, the CTE, the domestic violence, the game's getting soft. I remember this like it was yesterday. Everybody thought the NFL was dying. And at the same time, people thought the NFL was dying. People thought that the league was going down, that the NFL needed to make drastic changes, which they tried to, which they did, and all that good stuff. Now the NFL has the biggest ratings ever. The last two Super Bowls have been, magnificent for the NFL. I honestly don't believe that. Here's why. So, and I want to say this right here. Well, let me get this disclaimer. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't care about politics. Unfortunately, we have to talk about politics in sports. Me personally, I think we should stop talking about politics in sports, but that's besides the point. It is what it is. And excuse me if I have a little cough, whatever. I'm not sick. It's just getting very cold out here in New York, and everybody's throats is getting foamed up. So it is what it is. The NFL bent the knee to the left, the woke, whatever you want to call it. And now who control them, whoever's controlling the TV networks, the TV ratings, the streaming ratings, are lying for the NFL. People wonder why the NFL, even with Trump in office, is like, why are you guys still being woke? Trump's in office, this, that, and third. Well, because Trump's not the one controlling the TV ratings. It's those people that were slamming the NFL 10 years ago for the whole Colin Kaepernick stuff, who wanted to bring all this stuff into the NFL with Colin Kaepernick and his Marxism to the NFL. They're the ones controlling the ratings. They're the ones that put out the narratives of the NFL. So the NFL bent the knee to them, and that's why you see Black Lives Matter in the end zone. That's why you have Bad Bunny at the halftime show. That's why you see commercials, the NFL is gay. That's why you see it. And what do they get from it? The ratings lie. You see where I'm coming from, people? And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, RJ, you're on that conspiracy stuff. Oh, RJ, you're conspiracy, whatever. I want everybody to really sit here. Whether you love the NFL, you hate the NFL, if you're in the middle with the NFL. Majority of my viewers, other than maybe like Spongy, Playoff Shay, you queers that are still in high school, I want everybody that's 22 and above. I want y'all to really think about this. If you're old enough to remember the Legion of Boom, and I really mean remember, if you were in high school or late middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, I really want you to answer this question. 10 years ago in 2015, 11 years ago in 2014, can you sit there and say this brand of football that we play now, this brand of NFL that we play now is better than 10 years ago? Don't go back to the 2000s with Peyton Manning and them. Don't go back to the 90s with Deion Sanders. No, I want you to go back just a decade, your generation. The no-fly zone with Von Miller, Aqib Talib, Chris Harris, all them boys. Can you sit there and say this NFL product's better than 10 years ago? Majority of you will probably say no. Hopefully, the majority of y'all are probably saying no. But you have to sit back and think, where are these ratings coming from? Now, I understand that the NFL is the most popular league. I understand that. And I understand that the NFL has done a good job of, and this is going to be another video, of confusing people like Spongy and Awesome Kid and all you young YNs of the NFL is not about hard hits. It's about catching the ball and having Patrick and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson look good. It's all about the quarterbacks and wide receivers. I understand that. But I honestly feel like they're cooking the books on these ratings. Bro, on stream, me and CEO looked it up. The NFL literally says 50 or 40% of their fan base is females. That is BS. That's BS. I don't have any proof. I just know that's a lie. Well, you could say it's anecdotal, you could say it's general, whatever. Majority of the females I know don't watch football. Majority. I could probably think of maybe one that watches the NFL on a consistent basis. Other than that, whether it's family, girls I dated, co-workers, girls that I have as friends, bro, none of them watch the NFL. None. And even if they say they like football, it's because their dad likes football, and every time they go visit him at his house, he's watching it, so they watch it with him. The NFL ratings are a lie. They bent the knee to the people, the Marxist people who control the ratings, and they're lying about it. It's not that the NFL is just like the government or just like the news. They can lie about anything, and we can't prove it unless we're there. Unless we're there watching the ratings go up and down from the computer screen or whatever. Because once again, I ask you guys, other than gambling, which has its own separate video coming into that, other than gambling, can you name me one thing you're watching the NFL for, other than your favorite team in gambling and your favorite player? Is anybody excited? Was anybody excited for that last Monday Night Football game between the Chiefs and the Jaguars, unless you're a Chiefs or Jaguars fan? Was it a, quote, good game? Sure. But before that, no one cared about that game. No one. It is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.